Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading for Aquarius for finance. Today is the 25th of August, but it is a timeless reading, so whenever it falls into your feed is when it's likely to be relevant for yourself. Now, if you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements and you may find a message in there. As it is collective, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you do like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and it will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, then don't forget to press subscribe if you haven't already. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post more content. So let's get into this reading for you. Okay. So we can get some more cards for Aquarius, please, Spirit, for their current financial circumstances. Now, as always, I'm not a qualified financial advisor. This is just simply helpful nudges from Spirit on what they'd like to discuss with you on how to improve your finances or to help with your current financial circumstances at least. Get one more card, please, Spirit. Okay, so in your overall energy, we have a King of Pentacles. Now, that King of Pentacles is currently in the reverse. So that is very much telling me that you do not feel stable at the moment. So stability is something that you are currently trying to get and you are not feeling it. Whether that is because you just don't have money, whether you've recently lost money, I'm not sure, but it is telling me very much that you are not in a very comfy place. You don't feel financially stable at all at this point in time. You may not have felt stable for a while. Now, in your current position, we do have this Ace of Wands. Okay. Now, that Ace of Wands is very much telling me that you are very aware that money is something that you get from hard work, and you know that money needs to also work for yourself. Now, it's very likely that you are a very hard worker, and it could be that you feel unstable from that because you may not have a job at the moment. Maybe it could be that given the current financial climate that we're in, you may not be getting the remuneration for your work that you would be expecting. It could simply be that with everything costing how much it does at the moment, that things are just spiraling a little bit out of control for you. But you are very aware that you need to be putting in hard work in order to make things work, and you need to make money work for you as much as you work for it. So let's get some more cards. Okay. So we've got a Hermit that's come out to the side. We have an Ace of Wands to clarify that Ace of Wands. Lovely. And we have a Nine of Cups as well. So that Hermit then. So that Hermit is a little bit of a challenge for you. It's very much saying that, you know, certain investments that you make could be a little bit of a challenge for you. You like to make solid investments and you want to try and make sure that they're good for the long term, but it could be that you're a little bit short-sighted with some of that and you might not be able to get things quite as long term as you'd like. It could be that you might not have the money to make those long-term investments. It could also be that you are not you might not have enough financial knowledge in order to work out what is a solid investment. Like I say, again, we've got that Ace of Wands. So you are very, very hard working. You're aware that you need to be working hard in order to make that money for you. And you're very aware that you need to make the money work for you, which is why you want to make investments, but you're not sure what to invest in. This Nine of Cups is saying that you want to relax and you want to know that all this hard work and all the investment that you're doing is going to pay off. So it is very much a case of you want to sit back and you want to relax. You want to know that things are working out for you, and you want to, you are putting in that hard work. You want to see it pay off at some point. Now, in your blockages, we have both the Magician coming out to the side, and we have an Eight of Pentacles coming out to the side as well. Now, that Magician is telling me that you may not always spend wisely. It could be very much that you, maybe you're a bit of an impulse buyer sometimes. It also suggests that you may not always be honest with how your money is obtained. Sometimes it could be a little bit of a challenge for you if you're questioned on how you got your money. It could very much be that, you're doing all this hard work and people might be asking, how are you making your money? But you might have 2 or 3 jobs, but you're only willing to admit to one of them because of how much work you're doing. It could be that you've got a bit of a side job going on that some people might not see as being a job, so you might be a little bit embarrassed about it. Maybe you've got like a hobby or something that you get extra money for. Sometimes people, how do I put it? Maybe you are somebody that, you turn your hobby into money. So you could be somebody that, I don't know, maybe you do a lot of crochet, or maybe you paint miniatures, or maybe you, I don't know, maybe you have, maybe you're a train collector and you make your own scenery kind of things. You might end up selling parts of those. You might crochet a load of toys and sell them. You might paint some miniatures up that you've got spare and sell them on, or somebody might give you some and give you money to paint them. Or it could be that you make scenery, you've got some spare hanging around, or somebody might see something that you like. If you're in some train collectors group, I don't know how it works with train. I'm not a train collector, so if I'm getting all of this wrong, please, feel free to ignore me, because I don't. But you could be selling different bits of scenery or different parts of stuff, or it could even be that some of your money that you be getting, maybe you get gifts off people at Christmas, and certain ones you don't particularly use, and you wait a month or 2 and then sell them on eBay, or in a second-hand store, or whatever. Sometimes it could be a little bit embarrassing on where you get the money from, especially if people don't appreciate what it is that you're doing to get that money. And that could be something where this Magician might kick in with, not necessarily being honest with where your money does come from. You could be making a lot of money selling your hobbies, but people might not necessarily understand. Now, we've also got this Eight of Pentacles, which is telling me that you do want to be recognised for your efforts, but you find it a struggle and you're not currently being recognised. It could even be that if you are recognised, you find fame a bit of a challenge, potentially. And let's face it, sometimes if you're recognised for doing hard work and if you're good at something, it makes it more of a burden because you then have to do a lot more. So to me, that's very much a bit of a challenge for you. It could be that maybe where I was saying about you doing things for a hobby, it could very well be that you're very good at that hobby. People know you for it, but it could be a bit of a challenge for you because people might keep questioning it and not think it's valid, or it could be something that you get a bit embarrassed about talking about. Could be any number of things. All right, so let's get some clarification on this. So we've got the Page of Swords so far. That's half a deck, Spirit. I don't want half a deck. Okay, so we've got a Page of Swords, a Five of Swords, and the Justice in the reverse to clarify that. So that Page of Swords is very much telling me that you do want to invest into something, maybe a bit of an exciting trip, something, just traveling somewhere. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe part of your earning is to do with traveling. Maybe you're a travel blogger. Maybe you're a food critic and you go to different restaurants potentially. And you could be making money doing that sort of thing, but some people might not necessarily like it. You might have to keep it a secret. You could be a travel blogger and you have to keep your identity a secret to keep, you know, not let people know who you are and what you're doing. And that could be why you're not getting the recognition for what you want. It could be any number of things to do with travel there. Now, the Five of Swords is very much saying that you don't let other people influence overspending as well. So again, if it's something where you do have a bit of popularity, you are having to try and, you know, keep it on the down low. Try and keep potentially your fame to yourself, because you don't want people trying to influence how you spend. With that Magician, again, you are you do find it quite challenging to be rational. Possibly you do have a lot of people in your energy that might try to encourage you to spend more, which is why this Five of Swords is coming out as well. But yeah, maybe it could be something to do with traveling, with how people are trying to influence your spending. Maybe they want to come along with you, or, you know, influence where it is that you go. So maybe if you are doing food blogging, for instance, you might have certain people in your energy that keep telling you need to go to certain places because they want to go and eat at that restaurant with you. You know, they might think they'll get a free meal out of you or something else and make you have to pay. Who knows? Obviously, you will know. But yeah, it could be anything like that. Might not be, like I say. It could just simply be that, you know, your work has got something to do with travelling. It could be that you might have to travel to be recognised. Maybe you are known on the internet, for instance, but you might be recognised more in a different country, so you don't really get the recognition in the country that you're in. It could be very much along the lines of, you might be, it's like maybe you've got like your own online channel, and you do something that isn't necessarily recognised in your country, but it's recognised in another country. So you might be really big in a different country, not in your own. So people might not necessarily understand what it is that you're doing. And it could very well be that, you know, you find it embarrassing to talk about. So you keep it a secret for in this country. It could be anything. But yeah, with this Justice card then in the reverse, it is suggesting that you don't necessarily look at your investment options that you have available as well. Possibly because you don't know what to invest into. It could very much have something to do with, you know, using your money in a rational way with that Magician, because you don't necessarily want to invest potentially. Maybe with that Magician, you know, you're trying to invest quite safely. That Justice is saying that, you know, because you're not actually able to look into things fully, you just don't invest at all. Now, in your core beliefs that contribute to that blockage, we have this Queen of Wands. Now that's coming out to the side. That Queen of Wands is saying that you do struggle to give, potentially to charities. Now that could just be time, money or energy. It is something where you want to donate, but you do struggle with what to give and where to give it. So that could be where you've got these people trying to influence you. Maybe if you are quite successful, you might have a number of charities asking you to, you know, represent them and expect you to give all your time and your energy for them. It could just be that people will expect you to keep giving. Now we've got a King of Cups in the upright. To clarify that, we've got an 8 of Cups in the reverse. And we have a 3 of Swords. Now, that King of Cups then is very much saying that you do try and manage your funds. You are trying to achieve your dreams by managing your funds as well. It could very well be that you're giving to charities, or donating what you can. It might just be, you might not be able to at the moment because you might not be earning quite the amount that you want to, and it could very well be that you feel that you need to. I mean, you've got the whole, like I say, with this King of Pentacles at the beginning, that instability, feeling like you're not stable. You want to make sure that you're feeling stable before you can give to others potentially. So again, that's potentially why you don't want to let people influence you in your spending, because it all interlinks. Now, this Eight of Cups is telling me that you don't necessarily do anything with your money. So where you're aware that you need to make your money work for you as well, you don't put it into savings accounts. So you might do something with your money, but it's not savings accounts. So maybe you invest it in other ways. It could even be that you just leave it in a current account and don't do anything with it at all. Now, we also have this Three of Swords, and that Three of Swords is suggesting that you have had some sort of financial loss, which I'm assuming is why you've got this King of Pentacles. So something has happened in the past, and it could very well have something to do with a savings account or an account. It could have something to do with other people, but you have incurred some sort of financial loss. Now, this is telling me that you are aware that you can recover that money if you act. And very much here with that Ace of Wands, you are in the motion of acting. And I believe that is very much why you don't let other people influence things. It could also be why you keep your money quiet on how you do obtain it, because it could be something where, if you have got that bit of popularity, that could be how you've lost money. Maybe you've been scammed. Maybe you've had people demand money from you in the past. It could be any number of things. Now, in what you can do to help yourself, again, we've got this Three of Swords. So again, talking about financial loss. So making sure that you do act in order to recuperate the money that you have lost. You need to be acting upon that. So going through the channels and the motions that you need to recover that money. Now, it could be a bit of a challenge, but it is something that you do need to do in order to regain that, whatever it is that it's been lost. Now, it could be that you have lost popularity. It could be that you have lost confidence. It could be that you have lost finances. It could be that you've lost a number of things in with regards to whatever this financial loss is, whatever this instability is that you're feeling. So this is telling me very much that you do need to act, and you need to act in a few different ways. So not just if you've been scammed, contacting your bank. It could be very much that you need to act in a few different ways to increase your confidence, increase your financial knowledge, increase your security. There could be a number of things. Let's get some clarification on this Three of Swords. Okay, so we've got a Page of Cups in the reverse. We have a Lover's card in the reverse. We have an Eight of Swords and a Knight of Cups in the upright. Now, you do have a lot of eights down here. And you've got a few threes as well. So, and you've got a few aces. If you are somebody that looks at your reoccurring numbers, it might be worth checking out your angel numbers. You've got 3 8s. Because there could be a message for you to let you know that you're on the right path. There might just be a little bit of a helpful nudge that they can give you some sort of message for you. So if you do see reoccurring numbers out there, it does mean that you are on the right path, but there might be a small message that Spirit needs to give you that can help you along your way. So With this Page of Cups then, it is saying that you don't necessarily have all the answers. So again, something that you need to look into is increasing your financial knowledge. That is something that you need to act on to help recover what it is you've lost. So increasing your financial knowledge, making sure that if it's something where you don't have the financial knowledge, that you go into people that do have the financial knowledge. Now the Lovers is telling me that you need to make sure that before you make any decisions, you evaluate your opportunities. That you work out whether or not it's going to be any good for you, whether you need to do the investigation into it before you do actually jump in and invest your money. The Eight of Swords is saying where funds are tight, you need to examine what it is you're spending. You can free up a lot of money there. So if you are finding that things are a little bit tight and money's a bit of a pinch at the moment, you do have some spare money sitting in your finances. You just need to have a look into them and see what it is you can free up. You might find that you've got gym memberships that you've been sitting on and that are still going out, and you maybe haven't been to the gym for a year and a half. You could have any number of subscriptions going out each month that you might not be looking into if you don't tend to look at your finances very often. Now we also have this Knight of Cups. He is telling you that you need to make sure that you are making decisions from your head. So again, making sure that you have gained some financial knowledge in order to act on things. Like I say, making sure that you are checking what you have got going out. So if it's something where you don't check your account regularly, making sure that you are checking your accounts to help stop any further losses. I'm not sure if you're aware, with some bank accounts, if you have suffered financial losses, you can actually put credit blockers on. So if you don't want to request any credit and you feel that somebody might try and scam you, or if they get hold of your information, you can actually put blockers on to stop any sort of credit requests. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to help with this recovering of money. Like I say, a lot of this looks as though it is to do with learning about money itself, looking at what you've got going out so you can prevent any further losses, managing your funds, making decisions from your head, not being impulsive. Now, if you manage to do all of that, then we do have this wheel as your outcome. Now, your wheel is suggesting that when it's up in the upright, it does tell you to spread your investments. When it's in the reverse, it's suggesting that potentially you need to reduce down how your investments are spread, potentially focus on one or two things. And now when I say investments, it doesn't have to be money. It can also be your time and your energy. Because at the end of the day, your energy and your time are what you use to make money, So it is suggesting that you look at your investments and potentially thin them down, focusing on, a few things or one or two things, not spreading it all out all over the place. Get one more card, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got a Two of Cups in the upright, and we've got an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and we've got a Two of Pentacles coming out to the side. So that Two of Cups then is very much saying that you can double your money. It is time to double your money when you do look at your, where you're spreading your investments or how you're spending your time and your energy. The Ace of Pentacles is suggesting that there could be a new opportunity that could come along. Now, whether that is from a raise, a new job, it could be, again, some sort of just like an increase in money, maybe a win, insurance payout kind of thing. So it's suggesting that there could be something coming along, but it might be a little way off yet. So there is something that is due to come in for you, but it's not going to be immediate. It is a little bit off in the distance for you. Now, this is something, the Two of Pentacles is saying that you do need to be prudent to avoid debts that are difficult. So do make sure that you're only spending what you're actually getting coming in. If you can, spend less than what you've got coming in. Try not to get yourself into, more debt than you can afford. But it is, like I say, it is very much suggesting that you need to look at your investments. Maybe you're spreading your investments a little bit too thin, and that could be why you've got this whole, trying to avoid debts. Maybe it's something where you've got too many in two different places, and you need to just kind of put them together. Maybe some areas lose more money than others. Maybe you need to look at doing things a little bit safer. But again, over here, making sure that you're constantly using your head when you're making these decisions, and making sure that you have learnt some sort of financial knowledge behind that, so you can make those prudent decisions. But like I say, it is suggesting that you will reduce down your investments potentially. Maybe you've got your fingers in too many pies and you just need to, like I say, bring your energy down into one area. But you can double your money. But yeah, but do make sure that you are avoiding getting into difficult debts. So let's get you Angel of Abundance card as well. Let's see if there's any more messages that Spirit would like to give for you. Flies across the desk. Right, so we've got positivity, faith and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. That, to me, is very much, if you have that financial loss, act on it, keep going, because you'll be able to recover your money. You'll be able to recover any knowledge and you learn from it. That's the whole point of having things that happen to you, so that you can learn from them and grow from them and move forward better, wiser, and make better decisions in the future. Right, well, I hope that has given you Aquariuses some ideas on how to improve your finances. If you did like your reading today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. Good luck with improving your money, and thank you for joining me.